What is going on, guys? It is Wrestlelamia here, back with some more news. Join us now as we look at the wildest news stories and rumors you need to know, including what's really going on with Roman Reigns, a former WWE writer begs for his job back, Eric Bischoff's CM Punk hate escalates, a fourth member of Judgment Day, and much more. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell for daily wrestling videos, and follow us on Facebook for exclusive lists. Also, be sure to check out Wrestlelamia.co.uk and our non-wrestling channel Incredible. Now let's hit the intro and get straight into our first story. Our first story looks at what's really going on with Roman Reigns. The top of the news today is a conflicting report on the recent news that Roman Reigns will be absent from live events and television in July and August, something which could dramatically alter the WWE landscape in light of Reigns' role as WWE's top star and undisputed champion. While several news sites reported the tribal chief will be taking time off for unknown reasons but still appearing at premium events, the Madman Wrestling podcast Andrew Zarian is reporting something else entirely. Zarian tweeted, "Spoke to someone over at WWE regarding Roman and his schedule moving forward. It's not expected for Roman to take extended time off. He will be on PLEs and TV. The only change will be the smaller market house shows, which is why he showed his gratitude to the fans in Trenton, New Jersey." Now, fans are still shocked at the notion of Reigns being absent from the WWE in July and August, but if the current undisputed champion is taking time off for something such as an acting role, it's a situation the WWE may feel is worth due to the mainstream exposure Reigns could get from a role in a film. Unfortunately, right now there are too many conflicting reports to determine what's really next for Reigns, and the WWE Universe will likely have to wait to see how things play out. Even if the rumors of Reigns taking off pan out, as mentioned in a previous video, Meltzer reports Reigns isn't advertised from 19th June until after Labor Day, the WWE has over a month to set things up for a storyline departure. Next up, a former WWE writer begs for his job back. As fascinating news concerning Vince Russo, as the WWF's former wonderkind turned WCW ship sinker is claiming the WWE has asked him for his help with Raw. However, there's a conflicting report that Russo is begging the WWE for work. Well, let's start with Russo's account. A couple of months ago, I was offering my help as a consultant. I didn't want to be hired, I'm never going to work in that environment again, but I was like, bro, your show freaking sucks. Seriously, are you watching? It was that conversation all over again. The former WCW World Champion explained how Mr. McMahon sought him out, saying, Vince McMahon wanted me to watch Raw for a couple of weeks and give me my feedback. I'm like, bro, I'll be happy to do that. I ain't doing that for free. Your product sucks, bro. I'm willing to help you. I'm not going to jump through hoops to help you. If you want to pay me to critique the show for the next couple of months, I'll be happy to do that. But I certainly was not going to do that for free because the product is horrible. I was just looking to help the guy because the product is horrible. However, Russo, who some fans still believe was secretly sent to WCW by the WWF to ruin it with ridiculous storylines, might be putting his spin on things. As Ringside News reported, Russo has tried many different ways to get back into the WWE. He's called the networks as former head writer WWE and WCW and tried to get the networks to hire him as consultant or get the networks to pressure WWE to hire him. He's called anyone he knows in WWE to get back in. He tries to position it to the public that he would never work here again, but he's begging every day to get hired. Sometimes it's hard to think that the Red Brand can get any worse than it's been, but recent shows suggest that Raw is turning things around with hot storylines including Judgment Day's move to dominate Raw, Cody Rhodes' quest for the World Championship, and even undercard programs like Ezekiel vs Kevin Owens. Do you think Vince Russo should come back to the WWE, or should wrestling's original bro stay at home? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, Eric Bischoff, CM Punk hate escalates. Bischoff and CM Punk are two of wrestling's most outspoken individuals, so it's no surprise at how quickly the war of words between the two has escalated. You may recall things heated up when Punk likened AEW signing of Bryan Danielson and Adam Cole to Scott Hall and Kevin Nash joining WCW. During the post-all-out media scrum, Punk commented on AEW bringing in Danielson and Cole as well as himself. I'm not Hogan or Savage. Daniel Bryan and Adam Cole, they're not the outsiders. I see the parallels, but this is totally different. I'll go ahead and say it, and people can quote me and they'll be pissed off about it, but to me, this is bigger. Recently, ATM Eric commented that while Raw's storytelling is bad, AEW's is even worse. Eric pointed out that AEW isn't bringing in casual fans, instead focusing on a niche audience, stating AEW only attracts about 10% of the available fans. He also tweeted, better storytelling equals growth. If ever AEW wants to get the other 900 fans, get the other 900 fans in the room, they'll need to start booking for one small segment of the audience. The Punk didn't directly address Bischoff, but many saw the following tweet as a response to him saying, "Wrestling Twitter needs to stop amplifying all the old head bad faith, bad take, carny dipshits. They had their moment in the sun. Let them die in the dark with their ego podcasts. Quote me." And when someone brought up Punk's unsuccessful UFC career, Bischoff commented, he convinced himself since he could win scripted fights, he could win a real one. Ouch. Bischoff also took a shot at CM Punk's ratings on Rampage, tweeting, "Let's look at what Punk has delivered since debuting at AEW August Rampage, 1.1 million viewers. Now, lucky to hit 500k. Dynamite, 1.17 million. Now, lucky to break 900k. Pretty lame for a guy who thinks he's a bigger deal than Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, and Randy Savage. Or while it's foolish to compare ratings from the 90s with contemporary ratings, as the proliferation of cable and streaming channels has diluted viewership numbers for years and continues to do so, it's difficult to look at AEW's ratings and argue Dynamite or Rampage have led any significant improvement after Punk's initial appearance. This could turn into one of wrestling's most interesting social media melees in some time. What do you guys think of the rant? Let us know in the comments down below. Next up, AEW bringing Grand Slam back. Now that's good news for fans who enjoyed 2021's Grand Slam edition of Dynamite and Rampage, as AEW President Tony Khan has confirmed the Supercard will return to Arthur Ashe Stadium. Khan recently revealed this during a talk with News 12 Long Island, saying, "Yes, I expect we'll be back to have AEW Grand Slam Dynamite and Rampage back in Queens at the Arthur Ashe Stadium again. It was a huge success for everyone involved, and it's all thanks to this great partnership with the USTA. They were so kind, and I think it resulted in a big partnership." Both nights featured major matches, and it's likely AEW will load up the card when it happens. The first Grand Slam included AEW World Champion Adam Page taking on Bryan Danielson to a 30-minute draw, Malachi Black defeating Cody Rhodes, and several other big bouts. Khan boasted of the show's success, saying, "It was almost the first $1 million gate in AEW history, just came shy of that, but it was really close, and of course, we set that record now for AEW Double or Nothing in Las Vegas. We will be back, and it will be another, hopefully a huge success going back to Queens for AEW Dynamite Grand Slam and Rampage later this year in 2022 again." Now AEW must be happy with the ticket sales, as running an event in a stadium can be costly, especially if you don't fill it up. So far no date has been set for the show, but we'll let you know as soon as that's announced. Next up, Tony Khan unveils the new Ring of Honor logo. Tony Khan is the new owner of Ring of Honor Wrestling, but what does he plan on doing with his new acquisition? While fans haven't heard much about the promotion's future, Ringside News reports that Khan has registered Ring of Honor and ROH with the US Patent and Trademark Office, and that Khan has also revealed the new logo. According to the site's Michael Perry, Tony Khan recently announced that his purchase of Ring of Honor has been finalized. Khan will now shop the property around to see if he can find a television or streaming home for the brand. In the meantime, Khan seems to be keeping the promotion visible on AEW television by having Ring of Honor's titles defended. What do you guys think of the logo though? Let us know in the comments down below. And finally, Judgment Day's fourth member? And last but not least, make room on the Mountain of Omnipotence, as it appears Edge's new faction Judgment Day is making room for a new member. Fans saw Rhea Ripley join the group at WrestleMania Backlash when she helped Edge defeat AJ Styles. His promo on Raw featured him discussing the group's current roster and noting it's still looking for more. The Red Brands announced team further talk of this, and now fans are wondering just how much more the group will expand. They're also curious what the group's ultimate goals are, and considering the faction's momentum, Judgment Day could quickly become a major player on Raw and even SmackDown. It even has the potential to evolve into an invasion-type storyline as its members attempt to capture all the gold in WWE and take over both brands. Even if they plan something more modest, the group has the right players involved. But who should be the fourth member? Let us know in the comments down below, and I'll see you next time with some more wrestling content.